what is really going on out there. There is so much information out there. There's so much information you're receiving. Just like you receive a text message, just like you receive a direct message, you're receiving information. You're receiving information from the news. You're receiving information from the conspiracy people. You're receiving a variety of information from planetary shifts, from ascension shifts. Which one is really true? Consider that it's irrelevant what's really going on out there, and what's relevant is what's going on in your body. And that is what becomes relevant to what you're listening to. Because when you're listening or receiving these messages, these broadcasts, you're being impacted. I walk you through step by step in 10 days. Trust your inner guidance. Body is your barometer. Day 2, your body is your barometer. So that's how you quickly tune in to discern if you need to pay attention to what's being said. Is that impacting you? So a lot of people are feeling fear, or they're feeling grief. They're feeling sadness. Some people are really feeling this love. They're feeling this pouring out of love and connectedness at this time. Some people are feeling anger and frustration. And that is what is relevant, because you're being impacted by what you're hearing out there. Whether it's true or not true, you don't know and may never know. It's just like people are still talking about things in history. Was that, was it a one gunman? I think back to John F. Kennedy's assassination. Was that just one gunman? Were there 3 shooters? It's the conversation is still going on. And the conversation will always go on. And if you have a certain perspective of what's going on, that's your perspective. And I'm okay with that perspective. I know lots of people aren't okay with your perspective, but it's your perspective. I'm more, I don't say concerned, because this is your experience. I believe this is your experience, and how you're having this experience is how you're having this experience. Now that seems pretty straightforward, but really that's how simple it is. Your body is being impacted by what it is you're connecting to, what messages you're allowing to absorb. Consider that you're like a sponge. And as a child, you were the most like a sponge. So as a child, you absorbed everything around you like a sponge, and you held it all in, and you just thought that that was who you were, that you were like your mother, you were like your father, or you were told that when you were really happy or you did something that was free-flowing, that was inappropriate. You absorbed it all, but later you started to say, this is uncomfortable for me. I like doing this, but yet I've always been told that was wrong. So your body right now is what's going to give you the indication of what's true for you, because anything that makes you get angry or grieving or fearful is an opportunity to release it like the sponge, to squish it out of you, to get it out of you. You may be so used to feeling one of those feelings throughout your life, feeling powerless, which is what a lot of people are feeling right now. They're feeling powerless. So feel the sense of feeling powerless. Listen to the messages that are coming to you about being powerless. Does that make you cry, like you're completely unable to do things, or does it make you angry? And that sense of that feeling is making you feel something. Well, consider that the power and what the whole world is learning right now is to put the attention right here on your own self, on your own body, because we're all connected. We're all part of the overall planet. So when you put your attention here and you realize, Oh, I'm angry. I can't believe they're taking away my freedoms. I can't believe this doesn't even make sense. The laws that they're passing, whatever it is, I can't believe. I can't is like a wall for you. I can't is telling you there's something for you to move through if you choose. Sometimes you might need some journaling on this, some painting. You might need somebody like myself to bounce this off and to get clear on the differences, because the mind is so wonderfully creative. It can pick up and receive consistent messages that keep you in the habitual pattern. But if you can start to pay attention to your body and the feeling of what powerlessness is, or what fear is, and is it in your chest? Is it in your shoulders? Is it in your stomach? Spoke with someone yesterday. It was mainly in the stomach. Someone else I spoke with, it was up in the shoulders, and the tension was all through here. And it's like, do you want to feel that way? Do you want to feel that way? Some people have been feeling tension in their shoulders or anxiety in their stomach for most of their life. They have just become so comfortable with it. It's a habit. And as much as they would, in one sense, like to be free, they really have believed that that's probably an impossibility. Tomorrow, Leah and I are going to be talking again, and about your body and the impacts of what you can do from an earthly perspective, from a ground up. Because each of us is going to have different experiences. It's just like some people are gluten intolerant. Some people are lactose intolerant. Some people don't do very well when they eat meat. Some people hate vegetables. Maybe some people just, vegetables don't agree with them. And you're like, how can vegetables not agree with you? Well, everybody's different. When each of us recognizes that everybody is different, and this is about each of us learning to understand what goes on here, because it really doesn't matter what's going on out there. As long as you think out there is out there, you've got nothing to control. And some people like to get obsessive compulsive, and control their environment because they're unable to control what they're feeling in their body. So they're trying to control outside. I'm suggesting strongly that this is a moment, that's all this is a moment to get to know yourself, get to know you, to really understand what thoughts you receive, day 3, what thoughts you receive versus that you think them. If you're receiving them, do you keep listening to them? Or do you turn them off? Do you delete them? Do you say, talk to the hand, talk to the hand? Let the people, sometimes people just need to talk things out. A lot of the work that I do, and sometimes is just letting people speak. Other times I've got to say, whoa, you wanted to get rid of that. Let's just stop you right there. And they feel like they can never get the whole sentence out because they just want to go into a story and go into a loop. And they say they want help, but then they start in this loop. And it's okay to be in the loop if you want to be in the loop. But if you want out of the loop, then that's where I got to halt. Let's go. See what you're really saying to yourself. See what you are saying. See the words you're speaking. Because if you actually were aware of the words that you're speaking and the effects it's having on your body, I would just decide that today is the day, this last day, that you're going to talk like that. Because you're all of a sudden awake. You're awake from the dream and you're going, oh my gosh, I'm actually saying I have a pain in my neck. And I have a pain in my neck. And you're like, but I do have a pain in my neck. What is that pain in your neck saying to you? Yeah. What is your body telling you? So that you have each been given a gift if you're self-isolating. Unfortunately, for essential workers that are busy, probably having more stress in their life, they're not getting that experience of solitude. And yes, if you actually have been impacted and you're like whacked out because of the situation with what's going on, that's part of what you're experiencing. If you're feeling vulnerable, if you're feeling tired, feel it and know that you're releasing it. Our bodies are made to release things. We intake oxygen, we express carbon dioxide. You impacted to something, your body is designed, immune system as we call it, is designed to release it. In the process, you're learning, if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, maybe I was exposed because I'm so tired. I have a little bit of a stuff in your sore throat. Now, is it that that's the experience, and is the experience then going, oh my gosh, I can't get to work, I can't do the work I need to do, I said I was committed and I'm so tired? Well, then that's your experience of how you're feeling conflicted in your body as opposed to what you're feeling you need to do. And that is your opportunity to learn for yourself what is really true for you. You're fearful if you don't get your work done, you're not going to get paid, you're not going to have money, and then you're not going to pay your mortgage. Is that the whole story? There's so much that's going on with you that is relevant. So much more is going on with you right now than what is out there. So if you want to know what's true is happening in your body. What's true is what you're experiencing. So if you're fearful, if you're sad, you're grieving, if you're tired, if you're achy, if you're angry, if you're frustrated, release those emotions if that's what you need to do. Punch a pillow if that's what you need to do, right? Cry. I've experienced all these emotions. And at times you might think, well, why? Like, because it does. People say, oh, well, that person was an athlete and they've been affected. Well, you know what? Last time I checked, athletes have a heart. Athletes have an emotional component to their body. Maybe someone was so driven to succeed in their physical presence and their, this is how I'm seen, that they never connected with their emotions. Maybe they have shut themselves down when they were a little child and they felt like they had to prove themselves in the outside world because they felt completely unworthy. And now they're being impacted with complete, you can't do any of that. And they're having to go through that inner conflict with themselves and get rid of that can't, get rid of that wall and open up. This is this time. You want to find out what's going on? Find out what's going on in yourself. Self-responsibility. What are you feeling? Not what anyone else did to you, because yes, things were done to you and things are impacting your life right now. So I know that other people have made decisions that are impacting you. Right now, it's what are you feeling? Honor yourself, love yourself, and give yourself permission to cry. Give yourself to feel powerless. Give yourself to feel like the whole world is changing. Give yourself permission to release. And when you release, when you really get through those emotions, it really is a breath of fresh air. It really is a whole other world. I can only share what I can share from having had so many of these experiences. They're never going to be identical to you, but I've seen with those that I'm connected with, we all go through certain stages in getting to know this expression of yourself. And when you can release the story and release the attachment and release what's in there, you free up and your heart becomes open. Your heart becomes open and it grows and expands more. And you truly see, wow, this is amazing how hearts are opening all around the world. This is amazing how people are coming together and they're realizing, I only have this moment. we've heard these things. If you've been in personal development or spiritual awareness, you've heard these concepts over and over again, and people spend thousands, there's billions of dollars in the industry about these learning this. Or you could be reading the Bible or the Quran and you're learning it, or you're meditating consistently like the Buddhist monks here every morning. I had a conversation with Venerable Lou, and he's like, how do you know all this? Like, I've read all this. How do you know this? I go, I don't know. It's a Google download. It's a download. It just, when you're tapped and tuned into the source of all source, whatever the heck the connection is, that one key, you receive exactly what you need to receive. And you are able to speak and be. You're a human being. You're able to be. So be what you need to be. Express what you need to express. Release what you need to release. And trust your inner guidance. Trust that your heart is connected. And that loving vibration, love and joy, is much higher than fear or anger, powerlessness, victimization. It's all way higher. So when you can tap in and tune into that and spread that love, well, we really do have a whole new world. Your best whole new world. My best whole new world. That's why I say it's your best whole new world. And yes, that was the song from Aladdin. A whole new world. That song. You can go and play it. So I'm just going to quickly tune in. For those of you who've never done a tune in before, just open your palms up, ready to receive the gift. Okay, you can have your eyes open, you can have your eyes closed. Just get present to something that brings you joy in your body. So if it's, dancing, if it's like, wow, I just had a great night last night, whatever it is that brings you joy and puts that smile on the face. And you can say it with me or say it after me. I'm asking for my inner guidance to clearly communicate with me in each and every moment for my highest and best good. And I'm asking to be open to receive this clear communication in each and every moment for my highest and best good. And to take joyful action on it. Thank you. If you say that simple little tune in and you tune in energetically with me, you'll probably notice a difference than when you do it yourself. But do it. Do it as many times as you need to do during the day when you start to feel thwarted. And as always, you can always concentrate on your breath. Breathing in love and exhaling deceit. Breathing in health and exhaling ugh. Breathing in joy and exhaling frustration. The gift is in the palm of your hands. The gift is in your body. Stay tuned in to your body. Learn about your body, your spirit, everything that works in here, and you'll always Be able to discern what's relevant for you because it's relevant for you. And that's all that's important now. Yes, in a sense, I'm giving you permission to be selfish because you are part of the whole. And when each of us learns to love ourselves and take care of ourselves, we strengthen the whole planet. And for those of us that have been doing our inner work for 30, 40, 50 years, maybe for you it's just been a couple. Maybe today it's just been a few weeks. Maybe today's the day that it begins. Healing from the inside out is all that's happening all around the planet. It's a global party. I love you. Mwah.